What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hans.
And this is Tristan.
Welcome to the Hans and Tristan podcast, which is still a podcast and currently going on. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for not giving up on us.
The reboot.
We're not giving up on us. We took a month break, hiatus, vacation, whatever you want to call it. But we're back now for real this time. We here. We have a special guest with us today on the show, my lovely wife, Dr. Tamir Strong-Ludor.
Hi.
How you doing, babe?
I'm exhausted, honestly.
All right. Well, too much turn up.
If he working you too hard, you can let me know.
Exhausted.
It's too much turn up. That's what that is.
Too much turn up? Really?
Too much turn up.
Is it ever too much? I think once you hit a certain age, it is. I will.
That is true, and I think I'm about to be knocking on that door.
Listen, because I know my limit. I'd be like, one eventful activity per month.
I don't bounce back like I used to.
Oh no, the bounce back is crazy. It's bananas. Like it's bananas. You be in bed rest by 4 days.
Right.
Not bounce back. It's okay, girl. We're gonna make it.
Girls' night out. It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Do it again. Play with your body if you want to.
Oh
do it again.
Everyone. I told them not to call me. Don't call me for 2 weeks.
Do it again. But guys, we're back. I'm excited because, we have a podcast and it's great to be back on. Tristan, how have you been? How's everything on your end?
Everything is great. You know, I give my weekly updates regardless. I call y'all with my tomfoolery and my fuckery. So y'all already know how my personal life is.
Clearly.
I just appreciate y'all being good friends and supporting my fuckery. Like, if that ain't a full friend, like, I don't know what is.
Hey, man, we're here.
I appreciate y'all.
We love all of you.
Y'all ain't got tired of me yet.
All of it.
Life got to be exciting. You know what? You're just experiencing some excitement. That's all.
I told her we're living through her. She brings the excitement, That's what it is. That's what it is. She keeps us on our toes.
The month of September, I'm gonna be so plain Jane. Watch.
All right. What are we? 6 days in? Like you ain't even a week in yet.
You right. It did kind of it start off a little rocky.
I'm saying it started off.
But it's gonna level out now. Watch, because what I'm not gonna do is be turning 38 next month and still be doing this fuck shit. I'm not doing it. I'm speaking that into existence.
All right. So you plan to turn up yet or no?
No, I don't plan no turn ups. If anything, I plan to go away somewhere. Like.
All right. So guys, we won't be recording for the month of October. So this is gonna be a bi-monthly show. Because clearly August was not our month. So we're gonna be a bi-monthly show now,
Y'all just record from location. That's all.
Right.
Boom. See, that's why you're the doctor.
Right. But anyway, I want to start off with the show on a little more serious note. So during our hiatus, a couple things happened, natural disasters. And we definitely want to share our thoughts, prayers, and condolences to those affected by Hurricane Ida, Louisiana, all the way up to the East Coast, to New England area, has been severely affected by floods. People have drowned in their basements in their homes. Thousands upon thousands of people and families have been displaced. And as Ty mentioned off air, it's just such a dark time because it is around the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. So I can't begin to understand what it would feel like to have a family who has experienced both. Because that is just literally your life starting over and over again.
Every time.
Right. So, and being displaced. So I can't begin to understand what they're going through, but we definitely want to send our thoughts and prayers out to those who are affected by those storms and those who have lost loved ones via Hurricane Ida. Also, the great country, first free Black nation of Haiti, I don't understand. I'm stating facts.
We just get a history lesson every time.
Every time.
Every time we get a history lesson.
I just want to state
It's okay.
facts.
I'm happy that you're so proud.
Well, I'm just stating facts. It's not about pride or anything. It's just a fact. It is first free Black nation.
It's not. There's no pride in this at all.
No, not at all. We're just stating facts. You know.
Okay.
Like, you know.
I'm gonna let you have it.
Okay, cool. Because you can't let me have a fact. It's a fact. You know, sky is blue, grass is green. Haiti first free Black nation. So we unfortunately experienced another devastating earthquake. Although it did hit a less populated area, there were still tens and thousands of people who perished and lost their lives. There has been aid going there. But like I said on my personal podcast, Hans Speaks, which has been going on weekly. So check out.
So you say I'm the problem. So you say so you trying to say I'm the problem without saying I'm the problem.
That's what he's insinuating.
I would never say that. So I want to implore everybody for both. If you can reach out and send aid for those who impacted by Hurricane Ida, please do so. If you can do so for Haiti, what I would say is please check the organization's fact check, right? Because we know we live in a society where people are just itching and waiting to scam you and take advantage of you. I'm sorry, some people are really that evil. They would take advantage of such a devastating situation where lives were lost and people are going through crisis and take advantage of that. So please, if you're going to donate or try to send, food or anything, supplies, make sure you vet that organization and make sure that they're really connected on the ground with the community or with the people that you're trying to help, to make sure that your money, your aid, supplies are going directly where you want them to go. I can't say that enough. Exactly. We've all been bamboozled and swindled before, i.e. Red Cross. I'll say it. But at the end of the day, I still don't want that to deter anybody from helping out. So please make sure you research your organizations and funds if you want to help those who have been impacted by Hurricane Ida or those who have been impacted by the earthquake of Haiti. So please do so. Please do so. So in other news, while we were gone, albums were dropped by two big artists in the game right now who are currently beefing, if I'm not mistaken. So Kanye, who for a month was doing listening parties.
I just thought he just felt like a month, right?
It was forever.
I felt like he just moved to Atlanta at one point. I mean, he did it at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Shout out to the ATL. But I'm like, sir, like, then you did like other things. I'm like, why are you here?
They said he was living in Mercedes-Benz. Like he had said he was going to live in Mercedes-Benz until he was done. It was just foolish.
Yeah, he stayed there to finish up the album. But then he also had other listening parties in different places as well. And then Drake, who has been, teasing, saying that he was going to drop his certified
lover boy.
Okay, all right, calm down. Saying he's going to drop that. And they were kind of playing chicken with each other, right? Trying to fill each other out to see who's going to drop when, so they don't drop at the same time. So they were kind of playing, and Kanye was quoted or released some text messages too, saying that, he doesn't know when he's going to drop his yet. And some people were thinking he was going to wait till Drake dropped to drop his so they could, negatively impact each other's sale. But ultimately what happened was Kanye's album got leaked. So it dropped, it dropped earlier. Somebody at Universal leaked Kanye's album.
Oh, they were done with him.
And dropped it earlier because he pushed it back a month after month after month. So somebody at Universal leaked it and dropped it before he wanted to drop it.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Right.
Yeah, he came out and said it. He was like, I didn't drop it. It was, So that happened. And then Drake, literally a week after, was like, here's my turn. And dropped his. So they're kind of beefing, but
what are they beefing about? What is this? Is this still selling from Pusha T? And
it's still stemming back from that whole original beef that they were having with Pusha T and all of
What
that. There's
Where have I been? Whoa.
Oh, how Drake's child got exposed. Pusha T told the world Drake had a child.
Hey.
Mhm.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm used to old school rap beef like Biggie, Tupac, where it's like over some real shit. Like this sounds like some Housewives of Atlanta stuff.
Oh no, it's
No,
it's definitely on the dramatics.
Yes.
It's definitely on the
Yes.
dramatics. It's no on site nothing. Ain't
I'm about to
nothing
say
on
because this isn't, you know, like the BET Awards brawling in the back room type stuff. This is more like Lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Like,
more. I'm gonna give you an angry stare if I see you in the same.
yeah, and then
There's-
I'm gonna talk bad about you behind your back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's very, very petty, very mean girlish.
Very mean
It's
girlish.
very.
Yeah.
Well, what you see has said though when it came to studio, I guess okay, so why do Kanye and Drake have beef? Because it was said that like they were straight, and whenever Drake would be in the studio with Kanye or something, they wouldn't tell Pusha T, like Pusha T, like he had to be gone, like, and then they'll say, "Oh, well, Drake was there. Drake came by."
Oh.
They were like, he did like an interview, and I can't even remember who it was for, but Pusha T did an interview talking about that.
True. I think honestly, at the end of the day, they were forced to take alliances, and then Drake dropped some bars that Kanye took offense to. And once Kanye decides in his head that you came from him, there's no undoing that. So it's just one of those. Yeah, it really is kind of one of those situations. And then Drake feels like, well, I'm the man, like, so I'm gonna have to say something. But it hasn't escalated to anything too huge. They're just taking little shots at each other. Like they said, via social media, Kanye's being the petty one though. Kanye is being real petty. He exposed Drake's address on Twitter. He posted it and then he deleted it, knowing good and well.
Oh, baby, screenshot.
People are gonna screenshot.
Whoever got that address, please go ahead and drop that.
Wow.
Just saying.
Wow. I'm here. I'm right here.
I am a Degrassi fan. I want to get an autograph.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. That's what you want to get autographed.
And that is so weird to me. It's just like, what are we like? What is the end goal here? Like, what is the end goal for all this? Because like, y'all not gonna scuffle. Y'all not gonna like. Are y'all gonna just all of a sudden wake up one day and be like, okay, or is it over when Kanye says it's over?
Probably that.
When he loses interest, maybe when he loses, because the thing that's fueling this is the magnitude of these artists. Though. Basically, their pride feels like they're too big to ignore a shot from the other one. So, like, Kanye can't sit here and think his Drake is beneath him, and vice versa. You get what I mean? Like, none of them can look at each other and be like, "You're beneath me." No. Like, we're right here. Yeah, we're right here. And I think that's really what it is. Like, I hate to say it, masculinity is really at play here.
Listen, that male ego, honey, is something. Huge. It's like, what is?
Yeah,
that?
Like Drake even threw a party at his mansion, and he named it. What is it? The after war party or something like that, basically saying he won. Like, it's great. Like,
it's so petty.
I'm telling you, like, it's
so petty.
It's to
but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the stuff you would see on like Love and Hip Hop or Housewives of Atlanta. It's just like y'all are too. Well, I can't say that, but at the end of the day, it's just like, why are we doing this? I don't get it. Like, do y'all? You know what it is? COVID.
So we're blaming the vid.
It's when you quarantine, you got too much free time and shit. You got all this money you sitting on. You're really not touring and shit. So you're like, I got to do something with all this. And then guess what? I got an album dropping. So now I got to stay relevant because these albums is dropping. So what can I do? Who going to take the bait? Oh, Kanye. He'll take it every time. Let's do it.
Yeah. My thing with Kanye is like, you can't expect him not to react to your pettiness. Because if you know anything about Drake, he's all about the petty.
Yeah.
He's all about the petty.
But Kanye's gonna react to anything because that's Kanye.
Yeah.
But so here's my bigger question, right? So we're over the fact that he was like with Trump and wearing the hat and doing all that
Who's
stuff?
over? No.
Are we over that
I
as a
still want
black
to stream
people?
the album.
So here's a question. Somebody brought this up on social media, and I'm glad you brought this angle, Tristan. So Kanye blatantly adorned the MAGA hat and adorned Trump supporting, right?
Because slavery wasn't real. Slavery was a choice.
All of that. Chrisette Michelle.
She's still canceled too. Why
No,
Yes,
so
but the thing is, she got canceled. Like she over there probably singing on the corner somewhere. But
so that's my thing. So
soon Kanye drop an album, here come all these black people filling up there, going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, buying tickets and buying $300 soda pops to support this nigga.
Oh yeah, was it like a $50?
Oh my god.
Chicken tenders,
yeah.
You want a hoodie that's $400? Like what? Like all these black people swooping in, and you know what kills me? They wasn't even there for Kanye. They were there just to say, "Oh, I went to this event."
Yeah,
and that's one thing I don't like about black people. So we the most forgivingest ass goddamn race they is, and they wonder why we can't get reparations because we forgive too goddamn easy.
No, we want clout too easy. That's what it is. We want status, the status in the plane. That's really what it is. But yeah, that's what that to me, I believe like, yo, the canceling, the moratorium for Chrisette Michelle should be ended because all she did was accept the gig to sing.
That's it.
That's what she did.
And the thing is, 90% of the artists out there would have done the same motherfucking thing.
That is a lifetime achievement to be invited to sing at an inauguration. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
She literally got booked for a gig, which is her job. Kanye didn't get booked for no gig. This man went in, adorned a hat, had a meeting with this guy, also ran on his same platform. Like, come on. Those two are not the same. But yet, like Tristan says, Chrisette Michelle's having trouble booking gigs and concerts. Kanye got no problem selling out Mercedes-Benz over and over again and different other things. So those two, like, that's tough. That's the cancel culture that we were like, to me, that's a bad example of cancel culture. Like, that's not holding people accountable. That's a popularity.
I don't think cancel culture is a real thing. I think cancel culture is so fucking finicky, and it's based on how we feel at the moment, whatever's going on at the moment. And at the moment, it was just like, oh, how dare you at the moment, because we're all against Donald Trump. But then again, we were still all against Trump throughout his whole fucking goddamn term. But like you said, Kanye intentionally went out his way. The only reason I would even fathom giving him a pass, because I would presume it was a whole meltdown. Like, sir, you had to have a psychological meltdown at some point, but I don't think it's like a 50-50. There's no confirmation of that. But you intentionally did all this. And now, again, as soon as you drop an album, as soon as you create a church, as soon as you do this, like, people just fucking flocking to be a part of your bullshit. He needs to just go ahead and start a cult and get it the fuck over with.
He has one.
I'm sure
I believe it. He just couldn't run the Kardashian cult. They was like,
no, that's
too many chiefs. He's like, too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Skedaddle, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, even with cancel culture, there, I always think that it's gendered. Because how many times have you heard the argument they will cancel a black woman in a heartbeat before a black man?
That is true. That is true. The playing fields in that regard are not equal.
Well, that's not that regard. It's every regard.
That's true. That's true.
Black women are treated like pure shit, but then we're supposed to be the same ones out there marching with y'all ass as soon as y'all get shot or killed. But when we get shot and killed, where the fuck y'all at?
That's true. But even for women too, though, cancel culture has not been easier for them as well. So even white women
for black women, for black darker skinned women, because even it's Doja Cat and it's what's one of them other little artists? Who was the baby dating?
Danny?
Yes. And that whole thing came
she got canceled.
Saying the N-word, and I think I'm saying the N-word or saying some other racial things, and I don't think sis identifies as black.
No, she does. I
don't think she's black.
I don't think she identifies as black. But no, definitely, like, darker skinned women are definitely at the end of the totem when it comes to that. Black women in general at the end of the totem. But I think it is definitely gender oriented, right? So and men definitely are quicker to get a pass on or recover from cancel culture than women.
Think about it like this. Bill Cosby was accused of doing all this other stuff. And yes, they took his show off the air. But how many Black people wanted it back on the air?
Very true.
Think about R. Kelly.
That's tough for me though, man. That's
right, because
same thing.
But it is the same thing. Look at R. Kelly.
Is that the same thing though?
It is the same thing because at the end of the day, it's like when you're canceling a person, you cancel the entertainer and the individual simultaneously because they're one and the same. They're one and the same. But at the end of the day, it's like again, with like you talked about, like so many women, they get canceled for doing the smallest thing. Like it's like women are really expected to be perfect at all times, while guys can go out here and be fucking pure trash. And guess what's like, oh, he's just being a guy. He's just
no. I agree with you because we talked about this so long ago, our last episode. The baby, right? Mm-hmm. So when he was on stage at what's that, Rolling Loud? Mm-hmm. His Rolling Loud set, right? When he just went off the rails and lost his mind.
When he defunded himself.
Right, he did. Literally. when he wanted to just drop the bag, multiple bags.
He fumbled that shit, like.
Right, but he's bounced back already.
Yeah.
He's bounced back already because look at Hot 97 already booked him and he's good. Like he's already good.
One PR apology.
And that's what I'm saying, like shit like that. But if a female does anything out of the social norm, not even anything against a certain culture, anything that's conceived as wrong, but anything that's against the social norm. Like look at Lizzo. She just had her ass cheeks out and everybody threw a fucking fit.
Yep.
Like you watch the awards and constantly talk about Cardi B and Nicki. But then Katy Perry and them do the same shit with no motherfucking problem. Guess what? Men can go on stage and talk about how they fucked, sucked, stole, killed, robbed, whatever. And it's totally okay with their shirts off and their pants hanging off. But females talk about 1% of that same shit that they just talked about. They're just like, oh God, they're ruining our young Black women.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Them daddies that's up there rapping, that's talking about fucking raping their mamas and shit. Them the ones ruining Black women.
No, I definitely do agree, but there is a double standard when it comes to cancel culture. Men have shown to bounce back on that one quicker. I mean, like I said, the baby, he's already back, booked on different shows. He did lose a little. He lost some change.
But that's a drop in the bucket for him.
Oh yeah. He's still
the same thing. Daniel Caesar. They wanted to cancel him, and he's back still, writing, streaming, everything.
Oh yeah,
hitting charts.
It's bananas. It's bananas.
Some with his significant other at the time, and it was something he said, if y'all want to cancel me, just cancel me.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. Something happened with another woman too. She's kind of going through it.
It's
about getting canceled. It's a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Name escapes me.
I know people wanted to cancel Beyonce and Jay-Z, but that's over the whole Tiffany's.
That's never gonna
luxury
happen.
Wear.
They're up there with the Obamas. You cannot touch Michelle, Barack, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. They can do no wrong. You can get them on camera killing somebody, and it's like
well, what did that person do to get killed?
Yeah, like they deserved it. They touched blue, or like they deserved it. Like they can do no wrong. Like they're untouchable. They really are untouchable.
And but that's that hard work, and that's
them and Oprah. Oprah can't get canceled. Oprah's immune. Oprah's
like, listen, I do what I want to do. I buy everybody and get over it.
Remember, she was catching heat, right, for supposedly coming after Black men.
Miguel did the same thing.
Remember, so she was behind or produced the Michael Jackson thing, right? So remember they had a special similar to the R. Kelly special, right? Where she was basically talking to the quote unquote alleged victims of, those who've been interacting with Michael Jackson. She got a lot of criticism about that because those guys have been on record as lying. Like there's documents saying like, this never happened. I lied about it. They were trying to get money. So she was being criticized like, say, why are you,
giving them another platform?
Yeah, giving them another platform when it's been proven in the court that this never happened, etc. And then also talking to the women who have been involved with Russell Simmons as well. So she was getting a lot of heat with that and coming, but she was immune. Like she was
right,
like,
because it's like this is my network. If I wanted to stream me farting for 24 hours straight on my network, that's what I'm gonna do.
I think she said, everybody's voice needs to be heard. I'm not. She took the PR right, like the straight line. I'm not demeaning or denigrating anybody. I just want everybody's story to be heard, and then that's it.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's like I feel like this, like you say, like certain people are definitely untouchable, but let's be real, it takes a certain level of coins to get to that untouchable stage.
Yes.
Billion.
Listen, you gotta have a B, okay? Not an M, because you just a regular nigga. And if a millionaire's a regular nigga, then I'm just piss poor shit. I ain't got none of that. But like you said, it does take a certain level to be untouchable, and that also requires you to be able to cross all cultures and all barriers as well, because a lot of people can't make that transition because they're still stuck in a certain mind frame. Because the reality is this: when you think about Jay-Z, Beyonce, Obama, you think they hanging out with? No, they hanging out with mostly white people and others. They hanging out with other billionaires, and that too. Sadly, a lot of billionaires don't look like us.
Right.
There's not. It's only a handful of us that are billionaires. So
and Rihanna made it.
She did. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her.
She said, "Fuck that album." She said, "Fuck that album."
She gonna dangle that little carrot in front of her.
And baby, as soon as that motherfucker drop, I'm gonna be eating it up. I don't even know what's on it. It could be her just humming and shit. I'm gonna be like, purchase.
It's already double platinum.
Listen, that's it.
It's already double platinum. Like, listen, she drop a blank disc, we buying it.
Like I said, that's that Beyonce status. I ain't gotta do no PR. I ain't gotta do no radios. I ain't gotta do none of that. I just gotta drop an album. Guess what? And then one person hear about it, then everybody hear about it. Within an hour, it's gonna be motherfucking, like you said, double platinum.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. What I will say about this though is, before we wrap it up, is with all this going on, I talked about it off air. I would love for us to figure out, right, how to come together.
Oh, collectively,
and
just unite,
and push things that are helpful to our community. Mm-hmm. Not to say that this beef is not helpful, right?
It's not helpful. How is it helpful?
It's helpful to them. It sells records.
Right, but how does those selling records get back to the community? Because they just
it doesn't.
Money and then go by their day.
Either.
And then guess what? Right. And none of their children are fully black, so then they damn sure ain't even gonna go back into the black community, even if they give it to their kids. So
right, it's just what I've seen a lot of this month that we just went through is that we also have the power to, because like think about what we're seeing right now, right? In the aftermath of Ida and the earthquake, how a lot of these celebrities are coming together and they're literally galvanizing people on the ground to send aid, circumventing a lot of these quote unquote helpful organizations, and are saying we're doing it ourselves. That's one thing I will say. When these natural disasters happen, you see a group, right, of affluent African Americans who are connected to the community still come together and get the aid there.
Right.
Why does it take a natural disaster?
That was gonna be my point.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's what gets me. Like, why is it always a natural disaster? Why can't we galvanize like this? Like once a month, pick a community, infuse it. You get what I'm saying? And be like, yo, this is who we're helping this month. Let's get in there. Let's do. You get what I mean? Like,
no, and I get that. Like at the end of the day, it's like those susu flower shits that was going around or whatever. Like you pick one person, and then pick one community, and then month we're gonna flood that community with resources, whatever, help everyone get on their feet, and then that community goes on to the next community, and next. Like I agree. Like it's just like a fucked up relationship. Why the only time you come through to me is when shit is fucked up. Like what about regular everyday struggles? That shit weighs on top of me having to deal with natural disasters. Because if I'm struggling every day as a single mom, trying to get my kids together and trying to find a job during COVID and blah, 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 and then boom, I'm here with a natural disaster. You just had trauma on top of trauma.
Yeah.
So why do I have to wait till shit is so fucked up where I don't have a stable home, my children don't have a stable home, for someone to actually want to assist me?
Exactly.
We have too much influence, and we talked about this, like I said, off air. We have too much influence. The crate challenge, the fucking our lingo, the way we dress, the way our hair, all this other shit. We have so much influence, but then at the end of the day, we use that influence for superficial shit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, we need to start getting past entertainment. Like that's just the cut and dry of it. Our influence is huge on entertaining culture and bringing things into a pop culture kind of phenomenon and doing that. We need to start using our influence to galvanize like we do for a natural disaster. And that's one thing I would love to see more of. I honestly don't know how we can do that. I really don't. I don't have the answer. But what I do know is that it can be done. Does that make sense? Because at the end of the day, this is things that are done from our own initiative. We took the initiative. Nobody came out there and did a speech. Nobody said this. It was like, yo, we see these people suffering that we can relate to. It was like, nah, son, we can't let that happen.
But the thing is, we don't know how to do it because we're still living it. And granted, we're not as bad off as most working class African American families, but we do have references like Diddy, Jay-Z. Like we have references of these people who came from where we came from and want to become these millionaires. So they have the recipe. They have it. They're just not fucking regurgitating it and doing fortitude and coming back and pulling other people out of the community. They're not doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's true. Last thing I will say, that reminds me of something Fat Joe said. He was on social media and I think he was beefing with Cuban Link. Because Cuban Link brought up some documents that had his name on it and started accusing him of snitch or whatever, not knowing that you can get called to court and for anything and your name's on it.
Like 50 cents?
No, not Cuban Link. Something Link, not Cuban Link.
Oh, I don't know them folks. I'm guessing it's another New York.
No, I think he's a DMV dude.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know them.
Well, you said DMV.
Oh, Gold Link.
Yeah.
You said did you say DMV?
I did.
Oh my gosh. As a DC, Washington native, those who are from DC we don't use that term. Okay.
I used it. He didn't use it. I know.
I'm just saying.
Y'all don't use the term DMV?
No, because it's only DC and then everybody else.
Oh.
See that? That's a DC. That's a DC nigga talk
right there. Yeah, you're damn right. The term DMV was created by the Maryland, Virginia niggas who just want to ride our coattails. That's all that is. But real motherfuckers from DC, we don't even say DC. We like, I'm from Northeast, Southeast.
That's the same thing with New York cats. They don't say the tri-state. They're like, whoa, from New York.
Just New York.
From New York.
That's it. It's DC and nothing all day.
There you go. Anywho.
But I'll allow it.
You're allowed. Anyway, what I will say is props out to Fat Joe because he did give that little recipe you were talking about, right? A little insight of what he does. He says, why do you think I start so many businesses in the hood? He's like, I see a lot of my counterparts who are from here. Everybody wants to get up out of here, but they don't help out where they came from. He's like, yeah, I got up out of here, but I also went back and I started a business because I'm passing the baton. He's like, I'm telling you, look, you ain't got to do this, but you could do this. You get what I'm saying? And we could do that. So I wanted to shout him out for that because I'm like, yo, not many people kind of hear that because let's be real. We hear the narrative of let's get up out of here. Right. We don't hear the narrative of, let's help here.
And I'm gonna tell you a pet peeve of mine. This is a pet peeve I've come across when I see so many celebrities, they give like money for scholarships and right? Which is cool. But then understanding when that school determines who receives that scholarship, they're not looking for the gutter of the gutter kids. They're looking for those who are going to represent their school and be neat and clean and all this other shit. Yep. And as a gutter from the gutter child who the only reason I went to college because I couldn't do the military. Because I know, and there was only one school that took me, shout out to Bennett College for Women, that took me, boom, as you see on the wall, I did right there. But you gotta sometimes take a chance on those motherfuckers who are like the lost causes and those kind of kids. But when these celebrities giving money for scholarships, them schools not looking out for motherfuckers like me. And that's what bothers me more than anything. So even you giving that money, yeah, okay, whatever. But who the fuck you helping a motherfucker who already on their way?
That's right.
People not doing shit.
No, yeah, and you got to also understand, like, when you do that in that way, you don't have control, like you said. You don't have control to who receives it and how it goes, they use it to their benefit, right? Somebody who matches their beneficiaries, right? So, hey, oh, I'm giving this kid money. Yeah, he lives in your neighborhood. Kind of look out for my, university. So I definitely agree with that. That is kind of like a publicity stunt, really.
Mhm.
I hate to say it.
That's it.
That's really what it is.
And the
For. It
schools
lets-
be so happy, but it's at the end of the day, like we see the fucking kids you picking. You ain't picking kids who really like shit. I don't, like they really ain't got no other way. You picking
Mhm.
those who've been on honor roll from fucking pre-K. The motherfuckers
Yep.
perfect attendance, never been suspended or expelled. Them motherfuckers.
No, what I will say is I do appreciate those artists who reach out to kids who are struggling and get them and pay their bills. That's what I like. Like that kid who, listen, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this semester, and then that artist is like, I got you.
Yeah.
That's what I like, because that kid's going through it right there. That's the kid that's like,
Dead ass. You know how many
I don't know how
kids
I'm
had
gonna
to
do it.
drop out of school during COVID? Like I remember Genesis principal last year during his commencement speech or whatever for the high school. He was like 17 kids did not even come back to school to
Mhm.
graduate. And mind you, Genesis goes to a very prestigious school, So if 17 kids from that dynamic and that demographic did not return, so imagine what these kids on the South Side going through.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And then, like I said, it's like it's so easy to be like, oh no, like fuck out of here. That's why I have problems with celebrities. It's just like, yeah, y'all cool and shit and everything, but what is y'all really doing other than fucking being around motherfuckers just like y'all?
Very true.
Facts.
So Kanye and Drake, y'all can miss me with y'all Housewives of Atlanta shit. Just to bring it full circle,
Housewives of, I don't know.
Oh, what it took.
Listen, that shit is garbage. Toronto and Wyoming. That's exactly what it is. It's just like, ew. What are y'all beefing about?
Nothing.
That's what I said. They're
Anyway,
just
guys.
poor rich motherfuckers.
I guess. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us and not giving up on us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. This episode is a little longer because we're month by month basis here.
Not no more. I'm gonna do better. For real.
We both gotta do better. We gotta do better. But seriously, guys, we'll be back. We're here week to week. We appreciate you joining us. Ty, Dr. Tamir, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. As always, guys, you can listen to the Hans and Tristan podcast wherever podcasts are distributed. We're on every platform. Also, check out our YouTube channel. We hope that during this time off, you've been catching up on previous episodes, making sure that you're fully up to date, being constructive,
For real. Use your time wisely.
There you go. Also, hit us up on our social media. We're on IG as the Hans and Tristan podcast. Follow us, like, share, let everybody know who your favorite podcast is. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.